without you. This emptiness inside me, baby.
Thanks.
See ya.
Makes me feel half alive.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the playing of our national anthem and alma mater. Tyrone, giving a great marching band under the direction of Mr. David Hart. We want to remind everyone that the grain freezers are located under the behind the bleachers on the visitor side. Grain freezers back there. As we've been mentioning tonight for the National Childhood Cancer Awareness, Brian Horton Foundation would like to thank the Tyrone Area School District for their support of the National Childhood Cancer Awareness Month.
Get the ball into his hands is Ross Gamp.
Right.
And, you know, last year I was just thrilled with him being a fullback because he was such a good blocking fullback, and now he's out at wide receiver. So do they decide to move him back or do they keep that going?
But Brady Ronan.
Oh, Brady Ronan is really
He made a statement last week.
Yes, he did, and I was really surprised that how well and how quick. And he does things that are natural. I mean, he doesn't go through the whole square. He goes through the hole with a dip of his shoulder, so he reduces the target. And all good running backs are taught to do that. And he just does it so quickly. And his feet, he can shift and plant, and he gets to that second level very quickly. He ran 6 times for 39 yards for a 6.5 average against a good Bellwood line. So he did a nice job.
And the Golden Eagles are breaking through the banner out at their own 20-yard line and making their way to the home sideline. You can hear the crowd. It's a good turnout for the orange and black. Standing ovation, as it'll be the orange and black of the Tyrone Golden Eagles against the green and white, who have a good showing of their fans over on the far side at here Gray Vets Memorial Field. For Chuck Bannis, I'm Jim Gregory. You're listening to the Tyrone Golden Eagle pregame show. We're going to take a break and be right back. And when we come back, we'll give you the keys to the game and get you set for kickoff, top of the hour. You're listening to Tyrone Golden Eagle football, 96.9, 100.7 WTRN.
Take action. Call Mike Luther at Premier Pest Control, 684-2600. Premier Pest Control has a 24-hour guaranteed response for your call. Avoid the hassle of having to explain your problem to several people before you even see the serviceman. Calling Premier Pest Control, you'll talk directly to Mike Luther, who's both the owner and the serviceman. Call Mike at 684-2600 and tell him what's bugging you. Premier Pest Control, serving Altoona, Tyrone, State College, and surrounding areas.
When it comes to harvesting timber in Central PA, one name comes to mind: Justin Reeder. Justin Reeder is a well-established timber harvesting company based in Tyrone, specializing in quality timber harvesting, firewood, timber transport, and residential tree removal, serving Tyrone and surrounding areas. Justin Reeder strives to be the best and provides the best quality services at premium prices for each and every customer. Call Justin Reeder, 814-327-8515, and be sure to visit them on Facebook.
Need new tires for your car? Does your vehicle need inspected, routine maintenance, or does something need repaired or replaced? Or maybe you're looking for a quality used car. There's one place that does it all. Tyrone Tire and Automotive, with factory-trained technicians, a great inventory, friendly sales staff, and financing available. Why would you go anywhere else? Check them out online at TyroneAuto.com or find them on Facebook. Call 814-684-2199. Tyrone Tire and Automotive, 5267 East Pleasant Valley Boulevard, Tyrone.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Ace Fix-It Hardware in Tyrone is proud to support the Tyrone Golden Eagles. Find the best brands in-store, including Milwaukee Tools, Weber and Traeger Grills, Magnolia Home Paint, and more. You can shop in-store or buy online and pick up at the store at acefixit.com. During football season, come in with the code EAGLE21 and receive 10% off your purchase of regular priced items. In-store purchases only. See store for details. Go Eagles!
Are you ready to have the success others have had with the Ideal Protein Weight Loss Protocol? Hi, this is Karina, Certified Ideal Protein Coach at Community Pharmacy in Tyrone. Ideal Protein is a doctor-designed ketogenic protocol that treats weight loss as healthcare and food as medicine. The Ideal Protein protocol has been exclusively developed and designed to help you lose weight, stabilize your weight loss, and maintain for the long term. Ideal Protein at Community Pharmacy in Tyrone. 814-684-0230.
For fresh meat and cheese, forget the big box stores. Come to the biggest little store in Tyrone instead. Max Market and the Gridiron. Steaks like T-bone, porterhouse, top sirloin, and more. Fresh ground beef, country store hot dogs. And when you're on the go and hungry, it's Max Market and the Gridiron for delicious hoagies, pizza, stromboli, wedges, baked wings, and more. Take out or dine in. Family owned and operated since 1974. Max Market and the Gridiron. 1658 Columbia Avenue, Tyrone. Credit cards accepted. Call 814-684-0660. On the web at maxgridiron.com.
Tell your Google Home or Amazon Echo device to listen to WTRN, or listen to the station that comes in best where you are, 96.9 in Altoona or 100.7 in Tyrone. This is WTRN, Tyrone, Altoona, Classic Favorites, a service of Leitner Communications.
Rhodes, Beck, Gwynn, and Johnson are out at midfield as fans are being asked to come to their feet as we are going to honor.
Porter, longtime athletic equipment manager, Ms. Nancy Teeters, longtime ticket taker, and also for Sophia to instruct a Westmont Hilltop cheerleader who passed away several days ago. Please honor them with this moment of silence.
That's PA address announcer, public address announcer Gary McGovern, recognizing with a moment of silence, longtime equipment man and really beloved member of the Tyrone Golden Eagle family, Al Schoenberger. And so, Chuck, let's get our keys to the game while both teams are out there. We've got the announcement of who's going to kick off and receive, but let's get through those keys to the game before kickoff.
Okay, first of all, for Tyrone, win the line of scrimmage on both sides, defensively and offensively. Eliminate turnovers, just like last week. No turnovers for a young team, which is really good. They can keep that up.
Especially week one.
Oh, yeah, that's fantastic. Continue to play discipline with very few penalties also. And then you cannot afford to have, or rather, they have to be able to also win the kicking game this week, too. For Juniata Valley, cannot afford to have 115 yards of penalties. Last week they had 115 yards of penalties and somehow still managed to win the game. Don't give Tyrone a short field to work with, and they cannot afford to be dominated on both sides of the line of scrimmage, and they have to try to keep Tyrone offense off the field as much as possible. And Jim, I want to add one other thing real quick. Tim Kimball, a Tyrone grad, last week he sent a message to the station's Facebook. He was preparing for Hurricane Ida in Lafayette, Louisiana. And we haven't heard anything from Tim. So, Tim, thanks for listening. And please send us a text.
Just an update. Let us know you're okay.
To make sure you're safe. And we hope everything turned out for you well this week.
That's great to hear. It would be nice to hear from him that he's okay. And right now, the Tyrone Golden Eagles are ready to take the field. They won the toss and deferred to the second half, so they'll be kicking off from our right to left to the Juniata Valley Hornets. Thank you very much for joining us for tonight's game. Golden Eagles looking for their first win of the season after dropping the backyard brawl to the Bellwood Antis Blue Devils last week. Next week we'll be at Bellefonte.
Yep, we make the trip up I-99.
Yep. And the two teams are now out on the field, and Keegan Gwynn will handle the kicking duties. As soon as they hand him the football, he'll put it down and be kicking off to three return men for Juniata Valley. Jake Johnson is one of the players back, Cayman Hughes, and then also Lambert Palmer. Is that 7 or 1?
I think it's number 1.
Yes, I'm sorry. So that is Bo Hoover. Thank you. Beautiful night for high school football once again after just such a difficult weather week to get through. But here we go. Gwynn line drive from the 10 up over the 20, 25 to the 30, up to the 35. That return by Jake Johnson. Is there a ball on the field?
I think the ball came out, but I think he was already down.
Good coverage by the Golden Eagles on a 24-yard return by Jake Johnson. Excuse me. Jake Johnson.
And guess who made the tackle on the kickoff? Number 11, Josh Palmer.
So both teams have a Jake Johnson, mind you. From the gun, it'll be Lambert Palmer. Two receivers to either side. They go right to the ground, and the Golden Eagles are there to bring him down after no gain. And the carry there by Jace Rand.
Josh Palmer and Ross Gamp in on the tackle for Tyrone.
Brings up 2nd and 11 from the 34. They're going to mark it down as a loss of a yard. Juniata Valley with the ball between the hashes at the 34, going from left to right. Gavin Musser is split wide to the near side. From the gun, Palmer puts a man in motion and gives to the man in motion, and that is Bryant Allison, and picks up some decent yardage over the left side. across the 40 to about the 42, and it looks like it was Nate Patterson.
Yep.
Off the bottom of the pile with the tackle. Patterson now comes out, and he'll be replaced on the field by a, we don't have a 25, but there's a 25 out on the field for Tyrone.
That's Lucas Walk.
Thank you.
Patterson's helmet came off, so he has to come off for one play.
All right.
Third down. First third down play of the game. Excuse me.
Pickup of 8 on that last carry, so it's going to be 3rd and 3. Thank you for joining us. We're just underway and scoreless. First possession of the game for Juniata Valley. They're going from the gun again. 6 men along the front for Tyrone, man in motion. And they're going to throw it out here to the flat. It is caught by Hoover at the 45, 50 into Tyrone territory. Brought down by Walk at the Tyrone 45. So they'll pick up the first down, Chuck. That's a well-designed play.
Well-designed play because it puts that to the corner out here. And in no man's land, it's actually a lateral, not a forward pass. He was back behind the quarterback, so you can't come up too hard on that because then he can throw that ball downfield. Nicely designed play by Coach Musser of Juniata Valley.
It's a 12-yard gain. They'll go from the pistol this time, and they're going to give it to Rand. Couldn't find any running room left, and then came back right just just tried to find an opening and did pick up 2 or 3. Let's see where they mark it. They're going to give him 3 yards to the 42, so it'll bring up 2nd and 7.
Ross Gamp, Clifford Beck, and number 6, Nate Patterson in on the stop.
2 receivers left. It is Hoover and Johnson. Single receiver right is Edwards. Quick pitch to the left. And it's Rand looking to get to the corner, and he will not get there. Good job by Nathaniel Patterson. Kept that outside shoulder, closed it off, and came up with the tackle after a gain of, let's see, what they're going to give him, maybe a yard.
Clifford Beck made a great play. He walled that off, ran parallel to the line of scrimmage, kept his shoulders, didn't give him any chance at all to get outside. And then, of course, number 6 for Tyrone, Nathan Patterson, was able to clean up from the inside.
They call it a no gain, so it's still now 7 yards for a first down. 3rd and 7 from the Tyrone 42. Far side of the field. They go sidecar right. In motion is Hoover. Palmer looking to throw, being chased out of the pocket. Throws, complete, and brought down. Wow, nice job on the catch and the lean forward by Brian Allison, enough to get a first down. He was hit immediately. I didn't get the tackler, Chuck, but
Draven Caldwell.
Yeah, just couldn't wrap him up and keep him behind that first down marker. So they'll move the sticks to the 34 of Tyrone and get a new set of downs.
Have to put some pressure on him. He's rolling out, and they can't give him time to throw like that.
Palmer from the shotgun with Rand located behind him. They give it to Rand. He's got some running room left. Good run on first down. Give him 8 down to the 26 of the Golden Eagles. Going to bring up 2nd and 2.
They're in a little bit of a hurry-up offense now. They picked up their tempo, Juniata Valley.
Pistol once again. Rand lined up behind Palmer, and they give it to Rand. He evades a tackle in the backfield. Joel Howard was there initially and just evaded that tackle by Howard, and enough to pick up a first down inside the 25 to the 23 of the Golden Eagles. They're mixing up the run and the pass pretty well here. Tyrone's defense seems to be a little bit confused at this point.
They're getting in there, but they're running right by the ball carrier. That's the second play in a row now that Tyrone defenders could have possibly gotten a stop in the backfield, but ran right by the ball carrier.
3 receiver formation with Brian Allison on the wing, and they throw it to the flat. Once again, it goes to Hoover, and he's going to pick up big yardage. Brought down finally by Nathaniel Patterson, but not before the completion to Hoover. Takes it down to the 13-yard line of the Golden Eagles.
They're spreading Tyrone out pretty well right now, and they're going sideline to sideline and using speed. And their blockers are getting out in front. When that receiver catches the ball, he has 2 or 3, blockers in front of him.
It's a pickup of 9. Brings up 2nd and 1 from the 13. Morningstar is the lone receiver wide left, and they're going to give it to Rand. Busts it outside to the 10, the 5, looking for the corner. Stiff arms. Does he get there? Fumble into the end zone. They're going to say he was out of bounds prior. No. They stretched it out, and when he stretched it out, he lost the ball. But by the time you stretch it out and break that plane, it ends the play, and it is a touchdown for the Juniata Valley Hornets.
Tyrone's going to have to make some adjustments on the corners. They're coming way down in, and they're giving up the outside. Somebody has to contain. So I'm sure they'll make that adjustment.
Brian Allison will attempt the extra point out of the hold from Nick Morningstar. By the way, Tyrone Golden Eagle fans, if you're enjoying the live streaming of the game with the play-by-play from Chuck and I, the home games will be live streamed during the course of the season. The extra point is up and good. 7-0. Juniata Valley driving with their first possession of the game. I believe that drive covered 71 yards and ate up quite a bit of clock, almost a half of the entire first quarter. So the Golden Eagles now find themselves trailing 7-0, and like last week, Bellwood also scored on that first possession.
Right, and obviously Coach Musser looked at the films, and his passing attacks coming out, and he definitely moved the ball down the field. Those passes really ate chunks of yards, and I think right now with Tyrone, they're just going to make some adjustments, settle down. As I said, the defensive ends and the corners, they have to make containment. But the game plan so far for Juniata Valley is very solid, very good. They went from a regular, offense to a quick tempoed offense to try to catch Tyrone out of position, and then they went back to their regular. So they've got everybody thinking right now.
Miller and Beck are back deep to receive the kick from the Hornets, standing at their own 10. Kicking it off will be Brian Allison, 6'2", 195-pound senior for Juniata Valley.
It's important, Jim, for Tyrone to answer here on this drive. They need to just take the ball and establish themselves. Kind of an odd kickoff. They're all bunched up tight, so you have to watch for an onside kick here.
And then they spread the line. They come out of that huddle and pretty much go from one sideline to the other now. And the kick is away. It's a spinner at the 20 and goes out of bounds at the 18. So they'll bring the ball out for the Golden Eagles to their own 40-yard line. 35-yard line. So with 6:27 left to go first quarter, Tyrone trailing 7-0. They'll see what they can do with their first possession of the game.
And we just got information from Redlands, California, that Chris Wilson has joined us again. Chris has gotten to be a every Friday night listener. We'll have to put an empty chair up here, Chris, for you in the broadcasting booth. So hope you enjoy the game.
Out of the eye, Zach Lagars, the up back, and they're going to fake it. Gwynn throws to the flat to Lagars. Tries to avoid a tackle and does not, but they'll pick up a yard or two on the first pass of the game, on the first play from the Tyrone offense of the game. It's going to bring up second and 7. Called a long 7 from the 39.
And it looks like they're still going with the same backfield that they had there with Clifford Beck in it, running back.
Two receivers to the right for Gwynn, under the center, and they give it to Beck. Avoids one tackle right behind the line of scrimmage and then leans forward to about the 41. So it should bring up third and call it 4 for the Golden Eagles. 2 plays, one through the air, one on the ground. Now they bring in Deegan Baldoff. We had a chance to see him make some plays last week.
Good hands, good receiver, runs good routes. Yep.
Trent Smith comes out. Golden Eagles break the huddle. Let's see what they want to do with Ross Gamp in the slot to the left of Keegan Gwynn, who rolls this way, and he's going to, he got sacked from behind. had time, but the coverage was there, and he just couldn't pull the trigger. And as a result, the sack is going to take it back to the 37-yard line, 38-yard line of the Golden Eagles and bring up a punting situation for the Golden Eagles.
He was looking for Cortland Rhodes downfield on a wheel route, but it was nicely covered. He didn't have time to get out of there, and the pocket broke down behind him. Gotta watch Gamp get this kickoff quicker.
Jake Johnson with a snap, and it's a spiral high kick by Gamp, taken by Palmer at the 27-yard line. Good coverage up to the 30-yard line. And excuse me, yes, it was not Palmer. It was, again, Bo Hoover. We'll get the number 1 and number 7 figured out.
Andrew Weaver and Colton Miller for Tyrone on the stop, and boy, that was close to being blocked.
Well, if they watched the film last week, and the assistant coaches for Juniata Valley who would have seen last week's game realize that the snap's not getting back there crisply, and Gamp, who has a big leg, if he feels pressure, it really can affect his ability to get that hang time and that distance on his kicks, and that's certainly something they're going to have to improve upon.
He's very methodical
yes.
in his kicking.
Palmer brings a man in motion. They give it to that man. It's Michael Miller over the left side. And it's a gain of 3 out to about the 33-yard line for the Hornets. Brings up 2nd and 7. 4:10 and counting left in the first quarter.
Draven Crowell in on the stop for Tyrone.
And they do actually give him about 1.5 yards more than I was giving him, out near the 35. So call it 2nd and 5. First down gains for Juniata Valley right now have been very positive, making it possible for them to open up their playbook on 2nd down. Single receivers to the left and the right. You've got Hoover on the wing, and they're going to go to the ground and swallowed up in the backfield is Jace Rand.
Ross Gamp
breaking in.
He read that from his linebacker position, came downfield. Actually, he just did a good job all the way around. Shredded a blocker rather, and was in on the tackle.
Loss of half a yard on that one.
Yeah, nice job.
3rd and a long 5, just inside the Juniata Valley 35.
Now, some of the adjustments here would be to watch both ends, because they've been taking advantage of hooking the defensive ends for Tyrone and then getting a rollout pass.
They spread the Golden Eagle defense here. Watch out. Palmer brings a man in motion.
Same play.
This time, Palmer's going to keep it. Out to the 40. Did he get to the first down marker?
He's about 1 yard short.
And now they're going to go quick.
And they're going to snap this ball before Tyrone can get set. They better get set. Tyrone's not set. Looks like they made it. Yep.
Yes, they did. Golden Eagle defense just did not get set quite fast enough. And with a young defense, young players, their uncertainty of being able to play and react, there's so much thinking that goes on, they're not able to react to an offense that wants to try and go quick.
Right. And they're looking over each play. They're
yes.
looking over the sidelines to get a defensive signal call, so it has to come in real quick. They have to make an adjustment there to say, look, if they start going quick tempo, we've got to go in this set defense right away. Don't even bother looking over. Just go to this set.
Palmer from the pistol. And they're going to go to number 29.
That's coming back.
Oh, and a ball out. It
That's
is knocked out. It was not 29, rather. It was Jake Johnson on the carry. Coach, you saw.
Oh, an illegal chop block by number 12. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, luckily, we didn't have a knee injury on that. That's going to be a 15-yard penalty. And that was right out here in front of us in the open. He just didn't even hesitate. He come right down below his knees.
We're just joining us. We're at Gravettes Memorial Field in Tyrone, the home opener for the Golden Eagles, hosting Juniata Valley. Juniata Valley scoring on their first drive to now lead it 7-0. Tyrone was unable to do anything on a 3-and-out. Juniata Valley with their second possession. They scored on their first, and they lead it 7-0. From the 27 of the Hornets, it's 1st and 24. Single receiver to the left is Jake Johnson. They bring Gavin Musser. Oh, the ball is snapped over the head of, wow. Lambert Palmer could not get his hands on it, and so that's a big mistake by the Juniata Valley offense. And now is going to put them with their backs to the wall from their own 9-yard line, a loss of 15.
And that's going to initiate Coach Musser to call an immediate timeout and say, okay, whoa, what just happened on these last couple plays here? They've lost.
2nd and 42 coming up.
Yeah, they've lost 32 yards in 2 plays.
One of my favorites, you call this second and a field trip.
A field trip, yep. Second and a field trip, or a bus full going the other way.
How about some sponsors?
Yeah, we have a lot of sponsors, and we have to thank them. They do such a great job for us, and we really appreciate everything that they do for us on a weekly basis here to bring Tyrone football to you each and every game. Varilla Real Estate, Bedford Urology, Tavern 27 and Park Hills Country Club. Boy, they have good food. I got a gym, our coaches show, they feed us down there. I'm going to have to be careful. I'm going to put on too much weight. Caldwell Banker Town and Country Real Estate, Bob Pennington, broker and owner. And your favorite, Premier Pest Control.
Mm-hmm.
Justin Reeder, Timber Harvesting. All those sponsoring Tyrone Golden Eagle football here on WTRN. Easy listening favorites, AM/FM radio. Jim, they're ready to go.
All right, so after that dreadful snap, putting the bug on the rug. If you have bugs in your rugs, Premier Pest Control, give Mike Luther a call. 2nd and 49, 2nd and 42 from the 9. And the handoff goes wide left as Jace Rand had nowhere to run inside. He was left with nothing to do but try to gain something around the corner, but the Golden Eagles defense is there to allow just maybe a yard gain out to the 10.
Draven.
Excuse me, that's a loss.
Yep, he lost
Yep,
it a little.
he lost 3.
Draven Crowell, sophomore, slowed him up, and number 24, Ross Gamp, finished him off for the Golden Eagles.
3rd and 44 from their own 7. Palmer goes pistol formation once again. And then hands to Rand again. And this time he'll maybe get a yard or 2, but obviously Juniata Valley did not want to get too fancy in that situation, so they stay conservative. Brings up 4th and 42 from their own 9 as the first quarter is coming to a close. We're under 30 seconds left.
Zach Lagars for the stop. That was a quick first quarter. Tyrone only had 1 possession.
Balled off and Cortland Rhodes will wait the kick. Oh my goodness. High spiral, taken by balled off, and it comes out of his hands and on the ground, and luckily, wow, Rhodes is there to receive it.
Wow,
and it was Colton Miller or Baldoff? It was Baldoff.
Baldoff,
yeah. Okay.
They dodged the bullet there.
I'll say.
The up man on that supposed to say you, because Baldoff in that case is looking up in the air. He doesn't know where the defenders are, and he's supposed to be calling you, or no. That means you're either going to fair catch it or let the ball roll, because it could be a difficult one. And boy, just as that ball touched him, Jim, he was hit. Yep. So a breakdown in communications there, and the Golden Eagles dodged the bullet.
1st and 10, good field position for the Golden Eagles after that last defensive series. They start out in Juniata Valley territory. Gwynn throws to his right to Rhodes, right at the line of scrimmage, and he's brought down immediately. No gain, end of the first quarter. We'll send you to the break. 7-0, Juniata Valley leading Tyrone. You're listening to Tyrone Golden Eagle football on 96.9, 100.7 FM, WTRN.
Nathan Varilla Real Estate. Are you looking to sell your home? Look no further. We offer many tools to help you sell your house. Here at Varilla Real Estate, we offer professional pictures, drone footage, 3D virtual tour, social media excellence. Varilla Real Estate is ready to help you sell your house. Check us out on Facebook or call us today, 201-2767, or visit us on our website, varillarealestate.com.
See Gary McGovern at Thrivent Financial First. Gary can help you with your personal or business planning, plus college or retirement solutions. Thrivent also provides life and disability insurance as well as mutual funds in the U.S. Top 5 ranking. Call 207-5805 or email gary.mcgovern@thrivent.com. Thrivent Financial, 1051 Pennsylvania Avenue, Tyrone.
96.9 and 100.7 WTRN. Classic favorites.
Alongside Chuck Bannis, Jim Gregory bringing you second quarter action as we're acknowledging some great people in the community on the field. Tyrone looking at a 2nd and 10, almost 11 as they lost a yard on that first play of this series.
Interesting fact, Jim, while they're getting the youngsters off the field, Leslie Eastep,
yes,
the superintendent at
yes.
Tyrone Schools, is married to Michael Eastep, who's the principal at Juniata Valley High School. So someone's going to have a rough night today.
First play of the second quarter upcoming. This is Tyrone's second possession. From the eye. Gamp in motion to the near side. And they go to Brady Ronan. Positive yardage on second down. It's going to bring up 3rd and long, 3rd and about 9 from the 48 of the Hornets.
Power off tackle play there. We just have to get a little bit more foot drive from the offensive line.
That defensive line, that defensive box, front 7 for Juniata Valley is doing a pretty good job.
They're big.
Yeah, they are.
74 is a big boy.
4 receivers set. Gwynn looking over the middle. He's got a man deep, but it's intercepted. It was intended for Cortland Rhodes and intercepted by Juniata Valley, number 25, I believe. That's Jake Johnson. It was up for grabs, and Johnson had the pass played well. And as a result, the turnover, the first of the year for the Golden Eagle offense after a mistake-free game last week, now is going to give Juniata Valley possession of the ball. 1st and 10, far side, just barely between the hashes from their own 17.
And Gwynn was hit just as he threw that. He was really popped. He didn't get everything he wanted into that.
They give to Rand. Avoids a tackle outside, cuts it back inside. And Draven Crowell comes up with the tackle.
Sophomore.
Gain of 4 out to the 21. 7-0. Juniata Valley leads it. Scoring on their first possession, driving 71 yards. We're early second quarter. Just under 11 minutes to play before the half. Once again, a throw out to the flat. They really do like that play because it is actually producing. That's Hoover with the catch. The tackle there by Lagars. It's going to bring up a short 3rd and 2 from the 25 for Juniata Valley.
And you know what they say, Jim, if it's not broken, don't try to fix it. It's been successful for them so far tonight.
They love this formation. Palmer has it, gives to Rand, and he's going to be tackled in the backfield. Nice job defensively there by the Golden Eagles as they rise up, and what looks like should be a 3 and out for Juniata Valley. They're going to send the punt team out.
And Clifford Beck, and again, Ross Gamp in on the tackle. Now here's where communications is important. Plus to remember that the Juniata punter got a nice high spiral kickoff.
Now this is a different formation for the Golden Eagles as Brady Ronan is the single back deep to receive. Spiral, hits at the 45 and takes a big Juniata Valley bounce. They get 13 yards on the on the bounce back to the 33-yard line. So the Golden Eagles will take over there 1st and 10, but they went away from the two backs to receive the punt to Brady Ronan single. And when you don't have two, it's much more difficult to come up and make a catch and make a play on a single receiver punt return team.
And punt return, the kickers are always looking, okay, is he going to be towards the left hash or towards the right hash? Because wherever he's at, I'm kicking towards the opposite hash. And that's exactly what transpired there.
I'm sure Keegan Gwynn would like to have that pass back on that interception. Let's see what he can do here with this next possession. 1st and 10 from their own 32. Gwynn under center goes I. They go play action. He's going to be hit from behind just as he is hit. He makes the throw out here to the back out of the backfield. That was Lagar's and throws it over his head. And Gwynn is coming to the sideline holding his ribs. He got hit hard on that one, Chuck.
Oh, the Tyrone offensive front has got to start blocking some people. Juniata came on the edge there. They were not even touched. They have to slow them down. They went by that tackle for Tyrone there, and he was still in his. He was just out of his 3-point stance. He's got to be a lot quicker than that.
Baldoff goes wide to the top side. Here it's Varys and Rhodes. They go I formation with Gwynn under center, and they're going to go to the ground. It's Ronan. Picks up some good yards. Best run of the game so far for the Golden Eagles. It's going to bring up a 3rd down situation just inside the 40 of Tyrone. They need to get just to the 43-yard line to get their first down of the game.
And so far this year, I like Ronan in the backfield. He's running hard. He's quick. He runs with power, puts his head down. He doesn't get driven backwards. He falls forward. He's doing all the little things right, and he's only a sophomore.
And they're going to leave him in there behind Lagar's, and they pitch it to Ronan. Let's see what he can do once he gets to the outside. He can't reach the 1st down marker. Juniata Valley had just a lot of men over here to defend that run by Ronan. More tacklers than blockers on that one, Chuck.
Yep. And I don't think Tyrone has a 1st down.
They do not. They are going to have a punting situation again here with a 4th and 1 from their own 41-yard line. Watch for Juniata Valley's rush here. Johnson is the snapper. Snapping to Gamp. And he gets it away, but it's a line drive spiral. Taken at the 30, over the 35. Up to about the 40-yard line on the return. It is Jake Johnson for Juniata Valley. A lot of back and forth on possessions. Not much offense for either team after that first possession touchdown drive by the Hornets.
And interesting, that was number 26 had punted for Tyrone, Zachary Lagarce. And you can see the difference.
Was it Gamp?
No, it was 26. I was surprised because I thought, wow, that's a line drive. At least, it just cleared. It just cleared the line of scrimmage. Yeah. So I thought, man, that. And then I looked at his number, and it was 26.
Okay. Sidecar right for Lambert Palmer. Rolling right, being chased by Lagarce. Gets out of the pocket, breaks down the sideline. Inside Tyrone territory. Let's see where they'll mark him out. It's enough for a 1st down. Palmer recognizing an opportunity to pick up yardage. And he does so, enough for a 1st down. 1st and 10 for Juniata Valley from the Tyrone 48-yard line. Just outside that 48-yard line marker. They'll set things up with the ball on the far hash as they break the huddle.
And once again, containment. No containment. Getting outside, there's nobody out there to slow him down or to make a tackle.
Man in motion, coming to the near side. Palmer winds it up, throws deep. Double coverage, is not going to find an open receiver. They decided to take a shot on that one with Johnson. Double covered down the left hash mark. Incompletion stops the clock, 7:22 left, 2nd quarter, 2nd and 10 from the Tyrone 48. Juniata Valley leads it 7-0. You're listening to Tyrone Golden Eagle football on WTRN 96.9, 100.7. Golden Eagles need a stop here. From the pistol, they give it to Rand. Beck came up to try and make a tackle and then was sealed off, and that allowed the big pickup by Rand on second down, but it brings up third and short. You saw Beck kind of shoot in there and got sealed off.
Right.
Couldn't make a tackle, almost ran himself out of the play.
Now they're in their quick tempo again.
Palmer. And a move along the right side of that offensive line. Coming out of his stance and getting a 5-yard penalty is Jonathan Bouch. 6'2", 285. So, yeah, they are big.
Tyrone needs to take advantage of this miscue there for a 5-yard penalty. Instead of third down in about 2, now it's third down and 7. So they've got to come up with a defensive stop here.
Back to the 45. Clock running. 6:40 left to go, second quarter. Palmer looks to pass. And it makes the completion. Johnson at the 40 leans ahead for enough. I think he got enough for the first down, Chuck. He did.
Yep. Playing really soft over there, Tyrone, the corner on this side. He actually bobbled that ball, Jim.
He made the catch. The defenders didn't advance. They waited for him to make a move.
They're standing waiting. They're flat-footed. They've got to come up to make a play. Got to be aggressive.
New set of downs for the Hornets. Rand lines up behind Palmer. Singles to the side. They give it to Rand. And he's met at the line of scrimmage and spun down. Nice tackle there by Brody Klein.
Brody Klein and Josh Patterson in on the stop also, finishing him off. That was good. Nice, aggressive.
Or was
downhill.
that Beck? I see 22 and 32. My contacts are deceiving me. I think it was Beck, Coach.
22.
Sorry about that.
It's okay. You call it 2nd and 11 now.
Yep. Just outside the Tyrone 38-yard line. Passing situation for the Hornets. Palmer gives it over the right side. And that's not going to be enough for a first down as Hoover is tackled after a gain of about 1.5 yards to 2 yards down to the 37-yard line. It's going to bring up 3rd and 10.
And that was Clifford Beck with an ankle tackle there. Nice open field tackle.
Palmer looking to spread the Tyrone defense. Passing situation. 2-step drop. Feels the pressure. Being forced out by Gamp. Throws to the far sideline. It is incomplete. Nice job by Ross Gamp and Corey Beck bringing the pressure on Lambert Palmer, forcing a 4th and 10 now for the Hornets from the Tyrone 37.
Right, and that was a good pressure. First time they put pressure on him this evening, and it worked out very well. Now, here's a decision that Coach Musser has to make. With 4th down, Tyrone does not have a first down. You know, they haven't really done anything offensively in a quarter and a half. He'll probably go for this, and he is.
And when they spread that Tyrone defense is when it seems to work to their favor, and now there's a timeout being called. It'll be called by Juniata Valley. So if you need a timeout to take care of pests in your home, think of Premier Pest Control.
Varilla Real Estate, one of our sponsors. And again, some of these sponsors, Jim, like I mentioned, Nate Varilla, he played for Tyrone. He was on the 99 championship team. And, you know, they're now well established in the community, business people. And they're coming back and they're sharing their good works and also remembering where their roots are. So congratulations for Real Estate. And then we have Tyrone Tire and Automotive. And believe it or not, that young man Played for Claysburg Kimmel, but now he's transplanted up here, and he's supporting Tyrone Golden Eagles. So, Nick Dunham, thank you very much. Surplus City, Ace Hardware, Thrivent Financial, Long's Field Service, Community Pharmacy, and Max Meat Market in the Gridiron. And that's another Tyrone football graduate in Brian McMonigal. And thank you very much for allowing us to be part of Tyrone Golden Eagle football.
And speaking of Tyrone Golden Eagle football supporters, I know that our good friend Harry Sickler is listening to us this evening. 4th and 10 from the 37. Palmer looks, throws, complete at the 27. Down to the 22, thrown out at the 21. Tough pitch and catch as Jake Johnson makes the catch. They are fluid in their ability to throw downfield when it goes from Palmer to Johnson. You can tell Palmer has a lot of confidence in Jake Johnson. It's enough for a first down as they pick up 15 down to the 22. Clock stop, 4:32 left to go. Second quarter, Juniata Valley leading it 7-0. They give to Rand. Bounces it outside. Brought down from behind by Ross Gamp. Little help there.
Nathaniel Patterson was in on the tackle.
Corey Beck.
If he tried to bounce that outside, and the containment was there a little bit, so that stopped that play from going wide.
They're going to give him a yard, 2nd and 9 from the 20. Golden Eagles out of the huddle. Excuse me, the Hornets out of the huddle. 3 receivers set. Rand is going to take the pitch left. Good blocking. He's at the 15, down inside the 10. Finally knocked down there by Josh Patterson, but not before they pick up enough yardage for a first down. It may be 1st and goal, but they're going to have the full 10 to have to go to get their second touchdown of the game, leading at 7-0, 3:38 and counting left in the first half.
Shout out to Julie Lance down in Richmond, Virginia, who's listening to Tyrone Golden Eagle football tonight. Julie, thank you very much. Appreciate you tuning in to the broadcast.
Going from right to left, the ball on the near side hash. Johnson split wide to the near side. Hoover goes in motion. They give it to Rand. He's got an opening. He could go. Does he have enough speed to get to the end zone? He does. Inside the pylon on the far side of the field, there was a hole. It closed, but he was through the hole by the time the defense came up to try and make a play. So on 1st and goal from the 10, Juniata Valley punches it in from 10 with Rand scoring the touchdown and making it 13-0, the extra point upcoming.
That hole was a 4-lane highway. That was a huge hole. Tyrone just seems to be playing flat-footed tonight, so we'll make some adjustments at halftime and see what we can do. Got to get off their blocks. These little things, that they did so well last week. They're not just crisp right now.
And the extra point is blocked nicely by Patterson.
Josh Patterson.
He was in there almost at the same time as the snap got to the holder. Yep. So that's at least a silver lining. Juniata Valley will take a 13-0 lead to the sideline, scoring on the 10-yard run by Rand. 3:08 left to go, second quarter. Tyrone has an opportunity to see what they can do with their next possession here in the second quarter. So far, they have not gotten a first down. So far, they have not given Gwynn time to throw. And so far, Brady Ronan's been the lone bright spot, picking up some decent yards, 7-8 yards, but they just haven't been able to get any rhythm going on offense.
None whatsoever. And in defense, like I said, they're not getting off their blocks. They're not shutting down outside runs. They're not, there's no containment out there on either side of the field. So they just have to pick it up and, regroup at halftime here. It's not over by any stretch of the imagination, only 13-0.
Beck and Miller at their 10 to our left, ready to receive the kick.
And Jim, while they're getting ready to line this up, we got a text information here from Pink saying that they're having trouble seeing from one of the cameras up there.
Oh, on the stream?
Yeah, but we don't control that. We just we plug our video into the school stream, we have no control over what cameras they're using and how they're running it. So, but thank you for letting us know. We'll try to let them know maybe at halftime.
And run up by Allison. Deep kick to Beck at his 6. 15-20. Oh, and he fumbles it away. Did he get it back? That ball fumbled forward, and the defender for Juniata Valley booted it back to him.
Yeah.
What a big break for the Golden Eagles. My goodness.
That's 2 special team breaks for Tyrone tonight. So let's take advantage of something here, gentlemen.
Whew, that could have been disastrous for the Golden Eagles. 1st and 10 from their own 25.
And also right now, Jim, other than the punt that ended up, being on the 49-yard line of Juniata Valley, Tyrone hasn't crossed the 50 once they've taken possession of the ball on their own side of the 50. So
Gwynn looking to throw, pressure in his face, and the pass is incomplete. Intended for Lagars. He was hit immediately. Gwynn was hit while he was throwing. Right now, nothing is working for this Tyrone offense.
Nope.
2nd and 10 from the 25. 2:56 left to go, third quarter. You have to be careful here that you don't have a 3 and out and give Juniata Valley time on the clock.
Yeah.
Need to get a couple of first downs here. They may need to go shotgun because Gwynn is just getting all kinds of pressure from under center. And this is what they're going to do. They're going to go 4 receiver set. Quick throw across the middle, and it's intercepted through the hands of Brady Ronan and picked off there by Juniata Valley, and it is in the hands. I can't get a number. Is it 17? I don't have a 17. Regardless, the interception off the catch, off the hands of Ronan, into the hands of Juniata Valley, and now the Hornets, leading 13-0, have great field position and lots of time here in the second quarter. 2:49 left.
Now the big thing is with a young team, what will this do mentally to a young team? They've got to hold it together here so that they can go in. Don't give up another score here. Hold it together so when they go in at halftime, they can make some adjustments because they will start the second half getting the ball.
And Coach Franco wants to talk about it. Let's talk about some more sponsors for this Tyrone Golden Eagle football broadcast.
Right. We have Nate Varilla Real Estate, of course, Long's Field Service, Community Pharmacy, Max Market and the Gridiron, Proactive Sports, and don't forget about Best Way Pizza in Greenwood. All those sponsors for Tyrone Golden Eagle football this year, Jim.
Lots of time left in the ball game. If Tyrone can come up with a stop here, hopefully they can go to the locker room with just a 13-point deficit. And we know that the worm can turn. And if you need the worm to turn, call Premier Pest Control, Mike Luther. And so now with that timeout, this is really Coach Franco saying we need to get our heads together here.
Yeah, this is like, okay, guys, come on, look. You know what to do. Just do it. Don't be thinking too much about it. Just go ahead and do it. And challenge the line, because right now the line has to do a little bit of blocking, slowing people down. On that last pass attempt that Gwynn was rushed, the back is, on that play, the back comes out, and he's supposed to, like, hit the defender, 1001, 1000, and then slide off and catch the ball. But he just ran right by him, and the two were, when Gwynn turned around, 2 of them were
passing like
in
ships in the night.
Face. Yes.
Lambert Palmer going to go to the air. Pump over the middle and skips it in there as it is incomplete.
Nice defensive play by Ashton Walk, that freshman quarterback. He's going to be playing safety too. Good athlete.
Too much time for the quarterback there.
Oh, yeah.
He had the time to check just about every receiver in formation on that one. 2nd and 10 from the 43 with 2:43 left.
Totally
second quarter.
agree. Our pressure in this first half has been very mindful of a bad shower in a cheap motel room. It's just not there.
This time they give it to Rand, and he will be dropped for a loss of about a yard. We're handling the run game just fine.
Andrew Weaver, another sophomore, in on a stop.
3rd and 11. Clock is winding.
Juniata Valley does have one timeout left.
A little slow coming out of the huddle for this one, but the play clock should not be a factor as we're still just hitting the 10-second mark on the play clock.
Okay, they're isolating the receiver to the top, so watch for a post over the middle.
Rolling left.
There it is.
And Palmer will be dropped after a gain of a couple. There with the tackle, Nathaniel Patterson on the near sideline. Good job. They did look like they were setting up for that pass to the single receiver top, but they ran this way.
Yep, and that's what Bellwood did last week. They isolated the receiver and then used the speed kind of like on a one-on-one and ran that speed post, and there was just too much speed out there for the back to cover him.
Right now, special teams, I would say, is in favor of Juniata Valley. Brian Allison, the punter, has done a really good job of getting good hang time, allowing his coverage team to get down and make tackles and really not give Tyrone a chance to make anything in the way of a return. This one is not one of his better ones. Hits just inside the 30-yard line, and so maybe we jinxed him.
Maybe. They look like they're in a spot
He had
right
plenty
on
of
the
time.
25.
Yeah, and so now it'll be 1st and 10 from the 25. So a long field to go for Tyrone. They trail at 13-0. 1:08 left in the second quarter. Stay tuned. We'll be bringing you scores and highlights of the area games, and we'll be sending it back to the studio for Rich to recap those games in progress. We'll certainly be able to check in on Bellefonte to see what they're doing as the Red Raiders are next. They changed their name?
Yes, I believe they did. There was a big...
Yeah. And we'll worry about it next week. Bellefonte is on the schedule for next week. Gwynn handing off. A pickup of maybe 3. Is that Lagar's?
Looks like him, 26.
Yep.
Yep.
Just a couple. Timeout called by Franco.
Yep.
Stops the clock with 56.5 left.
Stay tuned for the Caldwell Banker Town and Country Real Estate Halftime Show. We'll have first half stats and some scores from around the area. And also, Radio Rich will have his very popular history quiz question for you that'll be coming up. That's coming up on the Caldwell Banker Town and Country Real Estate Bob Pennington Broker Owner Halftime Show. Thank you very much for Caldwell Banker, especially Bob Pennington Broker and Owner, for supporting Tyrone Golden Football. Hope you're enjoying tonight's broadcast, and it's a beautiful night here in Tyrone. 56.5 seconds remaining in the first quarter. And Tyrone right now trails 13-0.
I was just Googling just in case. Doesn't look like they did.
What?
Still says Red Raiders.
No, they might have. So
I don't know.
I don't know.
Anyway.
I wait till the week before to see what they say about who Tyrone's supposed to be playing next. There's so many things change. You never know if there's going to be a co-op next week, you know.
What are you seeing that gives you some hope that what the Golden Eagles can do in this second half, that they can make the adjustments and turn this thing around?
Couple little things. Number one, you got to get the quarterback some time, which means your offensive line has got to come together.
Gwynn rolling right, plenty of time, throws to the near sideline, but out of the reach of Cortland Rhodes. Rhodes was open. Lambert Palmer was there with the coverage. It was should have been a completion.
Should have been. The ball was
which
too
just
high.
threw it high.
Yep. I mean, he's been tattooed a few times here in the first half, and this is his first game where he's seen this kind of pressure, so it's kind of difficult.
Baldoff comes in for Tyrone.
And I wouldn't be at all surprised that, you got to shake things up a little bit, maybe personnel-wise, too, in the second half. So we'll see what Coach Franco decides to do, with several of the key positions.
Lagars is the lone back in the backfield for Gwynn. And Gwynn's going to keep this one. Just shy of the first down marker. That's just something that we don't see compared to last year, From the quarterback position, the Golden Eagles would run it regularly. Gwynn is not that comfortable running the football.
Right, no, he's not. And I told you, I was sharing this information with you, he wanted to play quarterback, and I believe he had to drop weight because, he weighed quite a bit because he was playing defensive end and linebacker. And I was told that he dropped about 40 pounds.
Wow.
So, the last time out has been used by Juniata Valley here, so.
Well, they may try to bring pressure. We'll see if it's Gamp or Lagars that's back punting. We had a little bit of a question mark last time the punt team was out, but it's 4th and less than a yard for the Golden Eagles. So let me just ask you this. Do you want to punt it away? Or do you want to take a chance that you're only?
No. Yeah, you got to punt it away.
With that much time left, though, I'm just saying, do they have enough time to put a drive together from 35 yards?
Tyrone?
Yeah, no. Juniata Valley.
I think they do.
You think they do? Okay.
Yep.
All right, then that makes the decision easy.
I wouldn't take the chance, and of course, Coach Franco wouldn't either. Remember,
something positive to take into the second half is where I'm coming from, as the snap is a good one. The kick is a low line driver. And it was Lagars.
Yep. You can tell that it's line drive, and it went, again, almost
just over the top of those white helmets.
Stay tuned for the Caldwell Banker Town and Country Real Estate halftime show, which will be coming up shortly. We'll have first half stats and some scores from around the area. That's coming up on the Caldwell Banker Town and Country Real Estate, Bob Pennington, broker, owner. Obviously, you'll be able to hear Rich bringing you the halftime scores, and he always has that really interesting halftime history quiz,
yes,
which
he does.
He'll be bringing.
So from their own 29, 1st and 10, just over 27 seconds left here in the second quarter. Lambert Palmer brings a man in motion, and they're going to keep it on the ground over the near side, and ridden out of bounds by Rhodes. The run there by Hoover is a pretty good gainer, and he's able to get out of bounds, stopping the clock with 19.8 seconds left.
Right. I think tackling has got to be another thing that they talk about.
Tell you what, if you need to take that because we're on the air, it may have something to do with the streaming, as I see who's calling.
Yeah, we can't do anything about the streaming.
Yeah,
and once again, if there's streaming issues or problems or not camera work, the radio station here does not have anything that we control over that. So,
procedure and pre-snap penalty against Juniata Valley. So it'll bring up 1st and 15 from the 42.
19.8 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Tyrone Jim will be lucky to get out of this first quarter only down by 13 points.
And
right
they
now.
get the ball to start the second half.
Exactly.
So they'll run it over the right side. Inside Tyrone territory. Big gainer there by Jake Johnson.
First down.
No timeouts left for Juniata Valley. So as soon as they roll, the clock will start with 12 and a half left as soon as they get the sticks settled. And now the clock is rolling. The ball is down. 4, 3, and they'll spike the ball. And then a flag comes out.
I think there was movement by about 3 or 4 people there.
Well, Lambert was very upset that the clock was already rolling before they spotted the football. And there was a little extra oomph with that spike of the football. I'm sure he was frustrated because they did lose a few seconds there on the clock. So Palmer will look for some time.
I've always
try to go to the end zone with just over a second left from the Tyrone 42.
I always wondered, when you spike the ball, you're supposed to throw it into the ground. That ball was thrown right into the center's back legs, and that really is like almost a pass to an ineligible receiver. He touched it before it was on the ground.
Has time. Now he's chased.
No containment.
And that'll end the first half of football from Gravets Memorial Field. You're listening to Tyrone Golden Eagle football. Tyrone trails it at the half, 13-0. You're listening to Golden Eagle football on 96.9, 100.7 FM, WTRN. What's Brian doing? Rich, are you there?
Right now, we're.
Are we still on?
We're still on, so we're going to give you some stats for the first half, and it won't be very long, Rich. So be ready. Tyrone has done absolutely nothing offensively. No first downs, and their offense has really looked, not anywhere in sync tonight. So hopefully we'll be able to do something about that with adjustments at halftime. On the other hand, Juniata Valley came out and drove the ball down the field to start the game, and Rand on a 13-yard run put them up 6-0, and then Allison kicked the extra point, and it was 7-0, and that's the way it stayed for the first quarter of the football game.
And that was a 6.5-minute drive that ate up 71 yards.
Tyrone had 3 plays the first quarter, the whole first quarter.
3 and out.
3 offensive plays. And then in the second quarter, it was pretty much the same thing. That Rand, again, they drove down the field because Tyrone had to punt away, and Rand took it in from 10 yards out, and Joshua Patterson blocked the Juniata Valley extra point attempt. So the score was 13-0, and that's where we are right now at halftime, and we're going to have to take a look at this and see what happens.
So at this point, if we're able to, we're going to try and send it back to the studio. Chuck, why don't you take that call and make sure we're not having any technical difficulties back at the
And Max Gridiron Powerhouse is going to sponsor a field goal contest. If the participants make the kick from the 5, they get a $25 gift card from Max or Powerhouse. If they make it from the 15, they get a $25 certificate from each. And the 3 tickets tonight are Gage LaRosa, Luke Brooks, and are you ready? Jim Christian. Jim Christian is going to be kicking tonight. So watch at the north end zone. Here we go. Low into the left. Looks like Luke's going to kick from the 15. That was close. No good. All right, now ladies and gentlemen, Jimmy Christian. Christian is going to kick from the 15. That was the Max Gridiron and Powerhouse Kickoff contest. Thanks, guys. For those that bought a 50-50 ticket tonight, you might want to get that ticket out. It's a blue ticket. I'm going to give you the winning number. Tonight is worth $440. Blue ticket, it is 771716. Again, that is 771716. Worth $440. And if you have that ticket, you can take it to the football boosters concession stand to pick up your winnings. That 50-50, of course,
The second half.
Wow, that was fun.
Fun's not the word I was thinking of. I know you're underselling it, but sometimes this happens.
Oh, yeah.
You know, we deal with it.
We tried. Sorry we were off the air
In fact, if it's the internet, it may have had nothing to do with Lightner Communications whatsoever.
Yeah, exactly. Said it was.
In fact, I'm guessing that's probably the case.
Probably, because this equipment is really good. And we couldn't tell. So the people that were trying to call us on the telephone, thank you very much, but we couldn't stop the broadcast even though we were on to answer the phone. So maybe next time text us and let us know that you're not hearing us.
So give me the locker room talk from Coach Franco.
Well,
there's a couple things.
I would say he's going to come out and say, look, you know, we played an absolute terrible first half of football. So to only be down 13 points is a miracle. And I think he's challenged these young men to forget about it and to go from there. So now
okay.
I think
we may be told a different message. Hold on.
We're getting a different message. Rich, if you can call me if you hear us. We're back on now? Okay. All right. We just had Tyrone's athletic director thought we were still off the air. So
well, when he was told we were off the air, he was about 70 yards that way.
Oh.
And in the time it took Luke to cover that 70 yards, we were back on.
Yep.
But thank you for everyone who let everybody know.
Yes.
And so, really, you didn't miss anything.
No. Nope.
Didn't miss a thing.
Nope. And we're getting ready to start the second half, and hopefully we'll be able to continue with the broadcast through. And, Rich, if you get an opportunity here, if you could give me a call on my cell phone just to verify that, yes, we definitely are on and we didn't go back off. I'd greatly appreciate it, buddy.
We'll try and make good on all of our sponsors who may have missed out on some of their recognition during that time we were off the air. But the reason we're here is to talk about the Tyrone Golden Eagles and the Juniata Valley Hornets and trying to get this Tyrone offense on track. Miller and Beck are back deep to receive, standing at their own 10. Juniata Valley, they're going to give Bellwood a game when they meet in the ICC, Chuck.
Oh, yeah. This is a good Juniata team. Juniata Valley's good, and they really benefit by the co-op with Williamsburg. They did such a good job. So, now we're getting bombarded with text messages, so we appreciate it that you are okay now. So thank you very much. And Rich Yawner, he's a linebacker coach at Delaware University now. So he used to coach here at Tyrone. He says you guys are good. He must not have heard us.
Haven't heard from Matt Clifton yet.
Nope, haven't heard from Matt Clifton. And Tim Walk, even my radio was down before.
And Rich is calling to tell you that we are back on.
We're back on, so I'll answer that.
All right, here we go.
Rich, we're on.
The ball is in the air to Miller at his 7. 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. Great return. 33 yards. Nice job by Colton Miller.
And hopefully that's an indication that Coach Franco really and truly lit a fire and the fire took, because that is the most excitement that the Golden Eagles have shown here tonight, and a good return out to the 40, Jim. Anytime you get past the 30, 35-yard line, high school, that's an excellent return.
Rhodes balled off to the right. Gamp top side, single back in the backfield for Gwen. Goes shotgun. And a 5-yard pre-snap penalty is going to be called as Corey Beck was moving and a lineman moved. So that will cost them 5. That's just one of those mistakes that we didn't see a lot of last week or even in that first half. It's just a lack of execution, not mistakes.
You just get focused here, and let's give them an opportunity.
From the 35, Beck in motion to the slot, and Gamp goes direct snap out of the Wildcat.
Gained a yard on that play. It'll be 2nd and 9.
So there's a little wrinkle that we haven't seen. Gamp. Is Gwynn on the sideline?
Looks like
as
he's
Gamp is running the offense now.
Yep, going to stay in at quarterback. And, you got to get the ball in the hands of your players that are going to make plays, and Gamp last year showed that he could do that. So
Gamp calls for the snap, rolls, looking to throw. He's got a man downfield, wide open. Cortland Rhodes. Great pass from Gamp to Rhodes into Juniata Valley territory. Plenty for a first down. A pickup of 25.
And I believe that's the first down for Tyrone.
It is.
So they've come out of the locker room with a little bit of spark.
And I do not see Gwynn on this. There he is. There he is. Okay.
Now see, this gives them this gives them an opportunity because Gamp can run and he can throw now. So now they can't just, think, okay, he's going to just run and load up on the box. They're playing 8 in the box there right now.
Back in motion, another pre-snap penalty against the Golden Eagles.
And sometimes that's cadence. When you change quarterbacks like that in a game, you might have a little inflection, you might have a change. Anything is...
Back to the 46 of the Hornets. And it looks like Gamp is going to get a chance to run this offense for the time being. Trailing 13-0. We're early third quarter. Sorry about some anxious moments you may have had thinking we weren't going to get back on the air. We are back on the air, and let's see what the Golden Eagles can do with Gamp at the helm. Rolling left, looking to throw, lowers the shoulder, and he's brought down for a loss of 3.
He needed one more block on the outside there to maybe spring that for about a 5 or 6 yard gain.
So it's going to bring up third and about 16, call it 18 from the 48. So after picking up the 25-yard gain and their first down, they've now gone backwards 6 yards. Trips right, single left. Lagar's in the backfield with Gamp. They fake it to Gamp. It's the option as Gamp decides to keep it. Maybe gets 4. Going to bring up third and about 13 or 14 from the 45 of the Hornets. Our scoreboard is a little bit behind.
Tyrone has to keep possession and keep driving the ball. They scored, Jim, and it's a new game. They're right back in it. This is a big possession here to start the second half for the Golden Eagles.
Let's see what Gamp wants to try and do here with a 3rd and 14 from the 45. Quick throw over the middle behind the intended receiver, Nathan. Is it Patterson or no? Excuse me. That was Colton Varus.
Just a little behind him. If he hits it in front of him, he's pretty good.
So they'll punt it away, and Lagar's has supplanted Gamp as the punter. And Coach Franco gave some encouraging pats on the shoulder pads to his at least new quarterback for now, Ross Gamp. Lagar's a much better kick. No line drive on this one. Sets up the return up over the 15, 20, 25, out past the 25. On the return, it's Hoover. About 18 yards in all, brings up 1st and 10 for Juniata Valley. They'll position the ball at the 27-yard line of the Hornets, who lead it 13-0. 8:28 left to go, third quarter. That was the best offensive possession of the game so far for Tyrone.
Absolutely, and that's the best punt of the game also for Tyrone. Now the key is to keep Juniata bottled up down here inside their own territory and get good field position to start the second drive.
Palmer from the pistol, trying to spread that Tyrone defense. That's been their most successful approach. They're going to give it to Rand. No, Palmer keeps it. Right side. First down and more. Out past the 40, past the 45, out of bounds. Finally taken out of bounds there by, is that Lagar's? And also Walk.
Yep, they took advantage of the sophomore out there, and he bit, and
15 yards on that play.
Just didn't work. Noon. And he kind of hit himself in the head there. That's a learning experience.
From the 42 of Juniata Valley, 1st and 10. Palmer checks his running back behind him. That's Rand with the carry up near midfield. A big gain on 1st down. It's going to bring up 2nd and short, perhaps as short as 2 yards, just beyond the 50-yard line. So it's going to bring up 2nd and 2.
Clifford Beck on the stop. Boy, they're just taking chunks of yardage off here. Tyrone's defense is getting moved off the ball.
Hornets back to the line of scrimmage. Looking to get into Tyrone territory here. Palmer calls for it, gives to Rand. No, he's going to keep it again. Breaks out of a tackle to the 45-40, 35-30. He's got the sideline and a blocker, avoids the tackle by Rhodes, and is finally dropped at the 14-yard line of the Tyrone Golden Eagles. A 26-yard, 36-yard gain. Lambert Palmer with a big play for the Hornets. They mark it at the 13 of the Golden Eagles. And so that first half really saw Palmer giving it to Rand on every play. And so the Golden Eagles are looking for it, and Palmer saying, nope, I'm keeping it. But this time they go back to Rand. Gamp brings him down from behind around the waist, and it's a gain of 4 inside the 10 to the 9 of the Golden Eagles, who trail 13-0, 7-10 and counting left in the third quarter.
Brandon Ewing and helped Gant make the stop there.
They'll go with a tighter formation than we're seeing so far, with single receivers left and right for Lambert Palmer. Rand behind him, lined up. They give it to Rand. Look to go left, cuts it back right, breaks 3 tackles. He's into the end zone. Just like that, how do you do? 19-0. Juniata Valley, 6:41 left to go. Third quarter, the extra point upcoming for the Hornets.
Was that Rand again?
Yes, it was.
And
lots of arm tackling on that one.
You can't tackle anybody kneeling down. And all 3 of those broken tackles, all 3 Tyrone Golden Eagles were on their knees and reaching to try to grab legs. You can't do that. You got to stay on your feet, come forward, and make the tackle.
Allison, the right-footed kicker. The snap, good. The hold, better. The kick, no good. Everything was good on that one except the kick. It just skipped past the right upright. So Juniata Valley coming up empty on 2 extra point attempts, but they still lead at 19-0. 6:41 left. Let's talk about some of the folks that make it possible for you and I to be here.
And we want to, give an extra shout out there because we were down over halftime there, for Caldwell Banker Town and Country for their halftime show. We really appreciate that, and the first half stats and some scores. Rich said he got some of them in, so hopefully you'll understand that is something that just happened.
A little bit out of our control.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
And then you have to stay tuned, at the end of the game. We're going to do our player of the game for Tyrone. That, of course, is stay tuned for the announcement of the Bedford Urology Player of the Game. Bedford Urology is proud to recognize the efforts of our outstanding area athletes. The Bedford Urology Player of the Game coming up right after tonight's game.
It's a nice plaque.
Yeah, very nice.
Yeah.
They do a nice job, and really appreciate it. The kids really appreciate it too. Also want to thank Varilla Real Estate, and as we just mentioned, Bedford Urology, Tavern 27 and Park Hills Country Club, Caldwell Banker Town and Country Real Estate, Bob Pennington, broker owner, Premier Pest Control, and Justin Reeder Timber Harvesting. All bringing Tyrone Golden Eagle football into your homes and cars this evening.
So far, the game's been a stinker for the Tyrone Golden Eagles. If skunks are part of your pest control problem, call Premier Pest Control and Mike Luther. 19-0. Juniata Valley leads it. Allison Bryant with the run-up and the kick. Miller at his 16 on the run, up over the 20-25. Breaks off a blocker. He's at the 35-40, 45-50. He could go 40, 35, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Colton Miller! 84 yards on the kick return for the Golden Eagles, and just like that, Tyrone comes up with the big play of the game. Wow, did they need that one?
Boy, they sure did, but that Miller has some speed there. Went into a pile and popped out, Jim, and started towards the home sidelines here. And boy, he just broke it. No one was going to catch him. Colton Miller, number 15 for the Golden Eagles. And Colton is only a junior, so he'll be returning too for Coach Franco.
On the run-up, he caught it in stride at his 16, bounced off a blocker of his own, and just found an opening. And once he found that opening, he saw nothing but green grass. 84 yards. Gwynn will attempt the extra point off the left foot. This is big. You need this extra point. And it's blocked. Too slow. Way too slow.
No blocking.
Too deliberate.
The wing back on the opposite side of the field, he just came right in off his inside hip. You cannot allow that man on the inside. You have to bump him to the outside, and that just did not happen. Just so many little breakdowns tonight, you know, that didn't occur last week. But
well, you've got tape to see now.
that's kids.
Yeah.
You know, they'll learn.
19-6 is now the score. Needed that extra point.
Yep. Well, they scored 2 touchdowns now and get the extra point. They could still win by. It's not over yet.
No.
Thank
Not at
goodness
all.
it's 6:26 left, and that hopefully will put a spark in them. The defense has to come up with a stop. They can't allow, you know, huge chunks of time to be taken off the clock here. Juniata Valley, even if they don't score in it, but if they're allowing them to drive 40, 45, 50 yards, it takes time off the clock. Once again, Varilla Real Estate, thank you so much for everything you do for Tyrone Golden Eagle football. Surplus City, Ace Hardware, Thriving Financial, Long's Field Service, Community Pharmacy, Max Meat Market and the Gridiron, Proactive Sports, and Best Way Pizza, Greenwood. Thank you very much.
Well, you can't beat speed with Colton Miller. You also can't beat pest control in northern Blair County with Premier Pest Control and Mike Luther. Give him a call if you're having those kinds of issues at your home or business. Appreciate the support, Mike. Gwynn kicks it away from his own 17 on the return for Juniata Valley. Is that Allison Bryant, number 25 it is.
And Nathaniel Patterson on the tackle, junior, for the Tyrone Golden Eagles. A little slow getting up there. There he goes. He bounced up.
About a 16-yard return for
Patterson
Bryant.
a little gingerly leaving the field there after making that tackle.
Just tweaked the
Tweak an
lower
ankle.
leg, looks like. He's going to go to the bench and get some treatment from trainer Dave. 19-6, 6:19 left to go, third quarter. Juniata Valley starts this series from their own 32-yard line, 1st and 10. And a flag, illegal substitution, thrown by the back judge.
Tyrone has 12 men on the field.
Ah.
And number 27 for Tyrone will be Draven Crow, and he will come off the field. Cost the Golden Eagles 5 yards.
Those are the kind of penalties that you did not see last week. Confusion for the Tyrone defense as they set the ball and Juniata Valley was ready to go, and the Tyrone defense was back at midfield.
They looked like they were marking back like it was a 15-yard penalty. There was only one defender up there to nose
1st and 5 from their own 39. High snap, Rand has it, bottled up in the backfield.
That's better. Good job. Good pursuit.
Jake Johnson was there to slow him down initially, and then his teammates came in to finish things up. It's a loss of about 1.5 yards.
Ross Camp, and that's right there tonight. That's the first time that we had basically about 8 or 9 Golden Eagles going to the ball, running to the ball.
2nd and a long 6. From the right side hash, going from right to left. The pitch to the near side and Rand. It's the wide side of the field, so he's got room and some blockers. Uses his blockers well to get past the first down marker, past the 45 of the Hornets, and they'll move the chains as the ball will sit now at the Valley 47-yard line. 5.5 left to go third quarter. 19-6 is your score. Juniata Valley on top.
And Juniata Valley's doing a nice job tonight. They're motioning and they're to their wing, and they're actually at the point of attack. They end up with a 2 or 3 man advantage at the point of attack, and that really hurts the defense for Tyrone.
Lambert Palmer hands to Rand over the right side. Tackled high, brought down there by Trent Smith and also
Josh Patterson,
yeah.
11. Nice tackle.
Gain of a couple. 2nd and 8. Still inside Juniata Valley territory, but they're eating up yardage, eating up clock. Palmer will go from shotgun formation again. Ran to his left. Bryant in motion. They go double switch at the 45-40. Inside the 30 to the 27-yard line. That carry by Hoover as they did a double crossback in the backfield and allowed Hoover to really confuse that Tyrone defense.
Double reversed, and both the defensive end and the outside linebacker, neither one of them contained. They just came shooting straight down inside and ran right by the ball carrier.
22 yards on that pickup. Palmer has Rand lined up behind him. And they keep it. Lambert, 25-20. 15, struggles to get to the 10, but it'll be enough for a first down on an 18-yard scamper by Lambert Palmer.
I have no idea what the total yard differential is in this game, but it's got to be nasty.
Yeah.
The Golden Eagles just cannot find a way to stop the Juniata Valley offense.
And they're going quick huddle as they give it to Rand inside the 5. They pick up 5 on 1st and goal from the 10, giving it to Rand. He picks up 5. 2nd and goal from the 5. 19-6 is your score. Coming up on the 3-minute mark left to go third quarter. Valley threatening. They're going to go back to Renault. They're going to keep it with Palmer. Stiff arm at the 10. 5. Does he get to the pylon? Touchdown, Juniata Valley. Nice stiff arm by Lambert Palmer. Do you think his parents were fans of Jack Lambert and Arnold Palmer?
It's possible.
I don't, yeah. Two pretty good people. But 2:55 left, third quarter, it's 25-6. Juniata Valley. But he put a great stiff arm in the backfield, and that pretty much opened up the outside for him to find the end zone. They're going to go for 2 here to look and make it 27-6. And the way they're moving the football right now, Tyrone needs to rise up here. Hoover goes in motion. Lambert Palmer looks to throw, rolling right. And he will not cross the goal line before going out of bounds. So that'll keep it at 25-6. A 19-point lead for the Juniata Valley Hornets. You're listening to Tyrone Golden Eagle football. 96.9, 100.7 FM, WTRN.
And Jim, again, sponsors for this evening's game: Varilla Real Estate, Bedford Urology, Tavern 27, Park Hills Country Club, and we really enjoy doing our Thursday evening coaches show.
Who'd you have this week?
This past week we had Coach Wheeler from BG, and of course Homer Delattre, the head coach of Hollidaysburg. And next week we're going to have Vince Niedermeyer Jr. of Altoona, and then the grandfather, Mr.
Dave
Baker from Central, which is
Say no more.
Dave's such a great guy. And that show is 7 to 8 on Thursday nights, so it's a lot of fun. And so we thank Tavern 27 and Park Hills Country Club. And you should come out. The food is excellent. Caldwell Banker, Town and Country Real Estate, and Bob Pennington, broker, owner. Premier Pest Control, Justin Reeder, Timber Harvesting, Tyrone Tire and Automotive, Surplus City, Ace Hardware, Thriving Financial, Gary McGovern, of course, and Long's Field Service, Community Pharmacy, Max Market and the Gridiron in Tyrone, Proactive Sports, and Best Way Pizza, Greenwood, all supporting Tyrone Golden Eagle football.
Last time the Golden Eagles lined up for a kick return. 84 yards later, Colton Miller had the Golden Eagles on the board. See what he can do this time. See if that confidence carries over. And they'll kick it away from him, keeping it away. Instead, it's taken at the 35. Can't tell if that was Andrew Weaver or not. Was it number 10?
Yes.
Yes.
Number 10.
And he did a good job of taking that kick out of the air. Good hands by Weaver.
Spotted on the Tyrone 49-yard line.
So excellent field position for the Golden Eagles.
Looks like Gamp is still going to be in there running the offense.
He is.
Don't have enough players on the field for Tyrone. And the 25-second clock is getting ready to be wound.
And it has started.
They don't have enough.
It's Coach
players.
Franco wanting to call a timeout. A lot of confusion right now.
To.
Brady Ronan is going out onto the field, but by the time they've made their decision about what to do, 16 seconds were left. They didn't know who to send out on the field.
No, there was a lot of confusion there. The kids were yelling on the field, we need another guy. And luckily for Tyrone, the referees did not wind the 25-second clock for about 10 seconds watching what was going on.
That's not something that you're used to seeing.
No.
With a John Franco-led football team.
A little bit of confusion all over. Sometimes that happens when everybody's trying to figure out, well, what should we do? Do we do this different?
Well, you've got a new quarterback in there.
Right. But you still have to have 11 guys go out in the huddle, you know. I mean, I could quarterback out there and contact.
Well, you can go with 10.
Oh, yeah. You can.
They're not going to throw a flag.
No.
It's making it harder.
Yep. But, you know, they have 11 now, so let's see what happens.
All right, here we go. The ball's on the far side hash at the 49 of the Golden Eagles. 3 receivers to the right for the new quarterback, replacing Keegan Gwynn. Gamp calls for it. Runs forward, then hands.
Wow.
Is that Beck? Not much on that one.
Yep.
The offensive line got driven into the backfield. It's a loss of 2, second and 12 from the 47.
Clifford Beck, they're just flying now. Juniata Valley has so much confidence, and Tyrone's just not coming off the ball, and they're just flying, and they're meeting everybody in the backfield. Clock running. 2:20 left in the third quarter.
Ball off will come wide to the far side of the field, the wide side. 3 receivers on the short side. Beck in the backfield. Rolling right, wanting to throw long. Throws underneath over the head of the intended receiver, and that was Deegan Baldoff. Gamp has a strong arm. Accuracy we'll have to work on. He's just a good athlete.
Oh, I went up to watch. He plays baseball. Went up to watch a baseball game at Clearfield. He hit a home run to left field that cleared the fence, the wall, trees, a creek, and then hit the roof of a house. Never saw a shot like that. I mean, he really tattooed that ball.
Same formation from 3rd and 12. Gamp blitzes on, finds time, throws downfield over the head of Cortland Rhodes, incomplete. It'll bring up 4th and 12.
And Clifford Beck made a nice block to give Gamp a little bit of time, even though he was rolling out, that he could get that ball off. So kudos to doing a good job for Clifford Beck.
Gamp's going to go back and punt now. Lagar's had a few chances. You're back to Gamp. What are you seeing? What's the dynamic here at work? That your starting quarterback has now missed 3 series. He's on the sideline. He's been back in for some defense. And Gamp's punt is a short kick that hits at the 37, rolls ahead, favoring Tyrone about 2 yards. What are we seeing here?
I'm really not sure. I thought maybe Gwynn might have been hurt, but he's going in and playing linebacker. And, I'm kind of surprised. Obviously, we're not coaching. So,
No.
But I'm surprised that
You saw the sophomore walk, freshman walk.
He moved the team right down the field.
Yeah.
I'm surprised he hasn't been in there yet because.
Is it what a coach sees during the week in practice?
That is part of it. Or, what he's not seeing tonight is also a part of it.
They go with Rand over the right side through the tackle attempt by Keegan Gwynn in the backfield. A pickup of at least 7, maybe 8.
And the tackle on him was made by number 58, one of his teammates, because he tripped him after a gain of 9.
Brings up 2nd and 1. Gwynn was in the backfield on that one, but just couldn't wrap him up. Came low. And Rand just kind of ran out of that Gwynn grasp. Lambert Palmer runs ahead for the first down.
It's 5 yards at a clip. 5 yards at a clip.
Coming up on the 1-minute mark, left third quarter from Gravettes Memorial Field, alongside Chuck Bannis, Jim Gregory, bringing you Tyrone Golden Eagle football. Your score 25-6. Juniata Valley with the lead and the football. The ball's on the far side hash. Lambert Palmer sends 3 into formation. Wingbacks right and left. Single back in the backfield is Rand. He's going to keep it. And struggles initially to get past the line of scrimmage. Keeps the legs moving. Picks up at least 3, maybe 4. It's going to bring up 2nd and 6 from the 46-yard line of the Golden Eagles. That might be the last play of the third quarter. Juniata Valley very pleased to allow that clock to run out. As we approach zeros on the scoreboard for the third quarter, 25-6 is your score with Juniata Valley, 25-6 Juniata Valley. You're listening to Tyrone Golden Eagle football, 96.9, 100.7 FM, WTRN.
This is Nathan Varilla, your 1999 state championship football team captain. Winning a state championship, you have to do everything excellent. Excellence matters. That's why here at Varilla Real Estate, I've taken what I've learned on the football field and applied it to our business. Doing the little things, outworking your competition, being aggressive, doing the right thing when no one's looking. Varilla Real Estate is ready to help you in all your real estate needs. When it's 4th and 4 and you need a touchdown by selling your house, call Varilla Real Estate today.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Ace Fix-It Hardware in Tyrone is proud to support the Tyrone Golden Eagles. Find the best brands in-store, including Milwaukee Tools, Weber and Traeger Grills, Magnolia Home Paint, and more. You can shop in-store or buy online and pick up at the store at acefixit.com. During football season, come in with the code EAGLE21 and receive 10% off your purchase of regular priced items. In-store purchases only. See store for details. Go Eagles!
96.9 and 100.7 WTRN. Classic favorites.
Back at Gravettes Memorial Field for the home opener of the 2021 high school football season for the Tyrone Golden Eagles. A great turnout for the black and orange. Equally on the other side for the green and white of Juniata Valley. But the faithful of the black and orange are sticking it out. They want to see another quarter of football from this Golden Eagle team of theirs, who trails 25-6. 2nd and 5 from the Tyrone 46. Lambert Palmer he's going to keep it again. Inside. He's kept from getting to the outside as Weaver was there to bring him down, but not before he picks up enough for a first down. They'll move the sticks with the ball inside the Tyrone 40.
Stay tuned after the game for the announcement of the Bedford Urology Player of the Game. Bedford Urology is proud to recognize the efforts of our outstanding area athletes. Bedford Urology.
Palmer keeping it again. Picks up at maybe 6 or 7. They're content to just run the football right now, leading by 19 as we just get the fourth quarter underway.
Oh, and number 7 is coming up limping there a little bit now for
that's their quarterback.
Palmer, right? Going over and sit down. And, you know, they should just keep running the ball because they're taking time off the clock and they're finishing off with touchdowns. So might as well keep riding the horse that won the race for you.
So they go with Reed Edwards to spell Lambert Palmer. And on that play, the backup quarterback, all he needs to do is give to Jace Rand. And Rand picks up nice yardage on 1st and 10.
Another first down.
Yep, another first down to the 27 of the Golden Eagles. And they're going to stay with number 2 while Lambert Palmer is being tended to.
Don't forget tomorrow, Penn State, Wisconsin, kickoff 12 noon. Should be a good game. Opening game for both Big Ten schools. Top 20 matchup.
The give to Rand. I try to strip the football out of there, but he's not going to give it up. They just drive ahead on 1st and 10, and they pick up 5. He's going to bring up 2nd and a long 5.
Jacob Johnson and number 25, Lucas Walk, in on the stop.
Coming up on 9.5 left in the ball game. 25-6, Juniata Valley on top of the Golden Eagles. Once again, they're going to go with Reed Edwards at the controls. Rand lined up behind him in the pistol. They give it to Rand. Coming up quickly to try and make a tackle was Nathaniel Patterson. Rand saw him, avoided him, and then picked up big yardage for another first down from the 23 down to about the 13-yard line, a gain of 10. We may have seen the last of Lambert Palmer at quarterback for Juniata Valley. Reed Edwards giving it to Rand again. This time the Golden Eagles are able to minimize the ground attack there for the Hornets. A gain of just over 2 yards.
Nathaniel Patterson on a stop.
The ball
Tyrone.
just outside the 10. Allison Bryant goes out. You may start to see some of the underclassmen come in now more and more for Juniata Valley, as this game would appear to be well in control for the so far undefeated Juniata Valley Hornets. And there's a flag pre-snap. It looked like there's a motion. It'll go 5 yards against Valley, and that's one of the few mistakes they've actually made all night.
And this could be a news flash for the ICC, because so many times it's, they write it off as the Belwood-Annis Blue Devils are going to stroll through the ICC. This is a good Juniata Valley team.
They're showing off some pretty good depth here. They hand off. Rand once again, he's been a busy fellow.
And once again, it looks like number 6, Nathaniel Patterson, in on the tackle.
The ball resting just outside the 11. 3rd and 9. Reed Edwards brings the man in motion near side. Is that Rand again? He's got the corner, he's got the 10, he's got the 5, he's got the touchdown. That is Hoover. Bo Hoover with the touchdown. 12 yards on a 3rd and 9. He got lost in the wash in the backfield, and by the time the Golden Eagles figured out who had it, he was at the 10 with a head of steam and into the end zone. 31-6, Juniata Valley on top. 6:58 left to go in the ball game.
And once again, they haven't been able to contain on either end all night. It's just a lot of film will be looked at this week for Tyrone over the weekend.
Extra kick is good this time after 2 straight misses. 32-6. Juniata Valley well in control of this one. This one just really got away from the Golden Eagles, as you said, coming out of the half. To play the way they did in the first half and only trail 13-0, they had, something to say, listen, if we just play better. But they just have not been able to play better here in the second half.
Defense has really not been able to handle this Juniata squad. They've pretty much been manhandled basically on both sides of the line of scrimmage. Offensively, there's been so much pressure. And again, like I said, we don't have time to keep all these statistics, but I'm sure that Tyrone has, I'd be surprised if they have 50 yards rushing.
Oh, yes, I would agree with you.
Totally surprised.
Yes. The big play is the Colton Miller 84-yard kickoff return.
Kickoff. Stay tuned after the game for the announcement of the Bedford Urology Player of the Game.
Going to be tough on this one.
Oh, it's going to be real tough. Bedford Urology is proud to recognize the efforts of our outstanding area athletes.
Coach may not even want us to identify.
Maybe not. The Bedford Urology Player of the Game coming up right after tonight's game.
I'm looking down the roster right now and trying to, well, you know what? I got it. I got it.
I bet you we come up with the same one, too.
Yeah. The return gets it out to the 32. A Golden Eagle player slow to get up.
That's number 35 there for Tyrone, and that is done.
Is that Gavin Frizzell?
Frizzell, yes, yeah. Gavin Frizzell.
1st and 10 for the Golden Eagles from their own 35, trailing 32-6.
Here comes Ashton Walk. Now let's see what happens here.
And Ross Gamp will come out. So Walk gets the opportunity to run the offense for a 2nd straight week.
And there's still, looks like the whole front line in linebackers for Juniata Valley are the starters. And the 2 wideouts, they're still starters in there, but there's just no blocking up front whatsoever.
Miller was hoping to just hold on to the football on that first handoff. He saw nothing but green jerseys, green pants and white jerseys in front of him.
He was able to at least fight his way back to the line of scrimmage so he didn't lose any yardage.
Right. Walk will break the huddle for the Golden Eagles. 6:20 left to go in the ball game. 2nd and 10 from their own 32. They'll go I. And he's going to roll to his right and look to throw. Going to go deep to a wide open receiver at the 45 to the 40. Is that Baldoff? No, excuse me. That is Colton Varus. Colton Varus got way behind the defender. And by the time Walk saw him, he threw it on the run. Varus had to wait for the ball. It was underthrown. Otherwise, he's in the end zone. But still, a nice recognition by Walk to find the open receiver downfield.
Good ball handling by Walk there. Nice fake and 32 yards on a dead run. And probably the best play from the line of scrimmage tonight for Tyrone.
Walk goes under center. Eye behind him. And they give it to the deep back.
Colton Miller.
Colton Miller.
Nice footwork there.
Inside the 35, down near the 32 of the Hornets. Listen, this is too obvious. But if you're having a problem with Hornets or bees, sorry, Premier Pest Control.
Pest Control.
And Mike Luther is who you want to call.
Mike, he studies all week trying to figure these out.
Yeah. Well, I waited too long for that one. They give to Miller. Gets inside the 30, picks up enough for a first down.
Now, Tyrone's looking pretty good here, but we're going to have to honestly say that the JV team for Juniata Valley is in there. They took all their first stringers out now. So Tyrone's looking, even up there with experience.
You really have to, though, acknowledge Walk.
He's a leader.
He's very composed.
Oh, he's got
out there.
command of the huddle. He doesn't get rattled when he's flushed out of the pocket. He's going to be a good one. Only a 9th grader. He's going to be tough. Look at that ball control. What about fake?
Rolling left, throwing right. He's got an open man who drops it.
Deegan Baldoff. Come on, Mr. Baldoff. Your head went downfield. You got to catch the ball, look it in, and then run. Catch, secure, run. You could see his helmet was turning just as the ball was getting to his hands. But it was right on the money.
It was.
Ashton
Incompletion.
Walk, right
4:18 left to go in the ball game. 2nd and 10 from the Valley 28. Going from right to left, the ball's on the far side hash. They'll bring Baldoff and Veris wide to the left from the eye. Walk. Fakes to the first back. Gives it to Miller. Drags a couple of tacklers for a couple of yards. Down to about the 26-yard line. It's going to bring up 3rd and a long 7 with 4 minutes left to go in the ball game.
Walk going back into the huddle now. Obvious passing down. This is 4-down territory, obviously, for Tyrone. I mean, it's not earth-shattering news, but
Baldoff and Veris to the wide side to the left. Walk, and they throw it to Baldoff. He's got the 20, the 15, and enough for a first down.
And a real
nice
good
catch,
lead block.
nice block by Veris there.
Colton Veris, nice lead block. Yep, he sprung him for another 10. And again, the ball right on the money. Walk to Baldoff. 3:22 on a moving clock. Tyrone threatening to push one more in there.
1st and 10 from the 15. Baldoff, Veris go wide to the right. Walk under center. Looks over that Juniata Valley defense. They give it to Miller, who's tackled in the backfield. And there's that quarterback for Juniata Valley back in there. As Lambert Palmer.
Number 21.
Was it number 7? I thought made the tackle.
I thought it was 21. Yeah, it's the middle. I see the linebacker there.
Yeah.
It's 21.
21. Sorry.
I mean, he came right through the A gap. No one touched him. Right through the A
Okay.
gap.
2nd and 11. Walk has a man in the end zone and throws underneath, intended for Baldoff, and then a flag comes late on a late hit on Walk.
Yep.
So roughing the passer will be the penalty, and it's an automatic first down.
First down. And let's see, that goes against number 27, senior. You figure he would, Michael Miller, he would know better than to hit him after he's released the ball for a couple steps. But
and they'll place the ball inside the 10, so it'll be 1st and goal from the 8 with 2.5 minutes left to go in the ball game. 32-6, Juniata Valley leads it here at Gravets Memorial Field. The home opener for the 2021 season. Baldoff comes out of the huddle wide to the top side. Veris, single receiver left. They go power eye right, and the pitch goes to Miller as a block out there by Corey Beck just did not get the job done, and that really is what broke up the play and prevented Miller from getting anywhere downfield.
he had to cut it back in a little bit earlier than he wanted to, and when he cut back in, he had to go right back into the pursuit of the linebackers too. So
a loss of a yard is going to be 2nd and goal from the 9. 2 minutes straight up left to go in the ball game. The clock is running. Walk looking to throw. Over the middle. Shoestring catch made. No, they're going to say it was incomplete.
Yeah, almost had it. Nice, almost by Trent Smith,
Yep.
senior.
He had
Almost.
to dive and make a
Yep.
tough catch, and it just caught some of the turf, and they ruled it incomplete. Stops the clock with 1:40 left. Third and goal from the 9. 32-6 your score. Don't forget, coming up after the final whistle, we'll have the Bedford Urology Player of the Game, and we'll have the post game for you. We'll run down the scoring. Golden Eagles now out of the huddle with 3 receivers left. Looks like Beck in the backfield. High snap. Walk keeps it. Rolls. Fakes to the 10. End zone. Touchdown. Colton Barris just settled into a little soft spot inside the end zone. Walk finds him for an easy touchdown. 9-yard completion makes it 32-12.
And that was a nice pump fake, which froze all the defenders and allowed him the time he needed to hit that pass on the run right in his chest. And again, Walk takes him down the field and scores.
Gwynn comes onto the field to attempt the extra point. Smith is the holder. Snap and the holder good, and the kick is good. Splits the uprights to make it 32-13, minute 34 left to go in the ball game.
Well, that's something.
Is it enough as the season progresses? Too early to go to a freshman for your quarterback, right?
It's never too. It's hard to say.
Yes.
You know, we're not at practice,
Right.
but you know,
Athletes.
against 2 really good teams.
Yeah.
But again, you know, he wasn't against the starting team. He had 3 or 4 starters on.
But this is also, you want to give your seniors a chance to play
Yeah.
in their senior season.
Exactly. But John has always had the motto, you know, I will put the 11 best players on the field. 11 best players.
But you've got talented football players that you could put in other places and take advantage of those abilities if you want to allow Walk to develop early.
Right. It's a nice problem to have, but you know, unfortunately, in the season, you don't want to get too many L's.
And you don't want to lose a team either.
Right.
I don't think John's ever lost a team. Best kick of the night for Gwynn. Back to the 15. 20, 25, 30, 35. Out near the 40. Pretty good return for the Hornets. Minute 26 left to go. Just a couple of plays for Juniata Valley, and we can put this one in the books and get ready for Bellefonte next week on the road. Chuck and I will be on the air at 6:45. Now remember, home games only are streamed live, so the road games are not your only source for following the Golden Eagles on the road. Next week in Bellefonte will be 96.9, 100.7 FM, WTRN. Golden Eagles get a call timeout and just kind of gather up the defense here and make sure we've got our P's and Q's set to go.
Getting together, make sure there's 11 helmets out there. Stay tuned after the game for the announcement of the Bedford Urology Player of the Game. Bedford Urology is proud to recognize the efforts of our outstanding area athletes. The Bedford Urology Player of the Game coming up right after the game tonight.
There can really only be one choice.
I totally agree.
Yeah.
But we'll see who it is. You know,
It's a nice try and keep, some suspense.
The other thing, Jim, is you need to have a wake-up call because there's maybe a couple positions out there that Coach Franco may see on film. Hey, we got to have 100% on every play. And if he doesn't see that.
Film doesn't lie.
Exactly right. And you might have a sophomore or junior breathing down your neck that wants to play.
Looks like they're going to go with victory formation.
I'd like to interview that quarterback. He looks like he's a little shorter than I am. Well, seriously, what do you think? How tall do you think he is? 5'2", 3"?
Yeah.
He's a smaller. What's his number? I'll look it up.
Is it
here.
22?
22? 22, and it's not even on their roster.
No.
Of course, you can't tell by rosters. They say the person's 5'9", and when you look at them, they're 5'6". 200 pounds, and they're like, okay. Going back to last season, Jim, this will be the 4th loss for the Tyrone Golden Eagles. So they're on a four-game losing streak now going into Bellefonte next week. So there needs to be some urgency this week at practice.
And that's the 3rd knee. They'll take one more, and they won't even do that. They won't need to.
Nope.
The play clock has more than the game clock. 32-13 is your final. Coach Franco will come out at midfield to meet Coach Musser. Juniata Valley goes to 2-0. Tyrone goes to 0-2. They're on the road at Bellefonte next week. We're going to wrap things up with the postgame after this. You've been listening to Tyrone Golden Eagle football on 96.9, 100.7 FM, WTRN.
Are you ready to have the success others have had with the Ideal Protein weight loss protocol? Hi,
Hey,
this
Burge.
is Karina, certified Ideal Protein coach
Oh,
at
you know,
Community Pharmacy
nothing.
in Tyrone.
I
Ideal
don't-
Protein is a doctor-designed ketogenic protocol that
Not
treats
doing